Yes, and we begin tonight with President Trump, the person who most deserves to look like that. And I know right now, all anyone can think about is the reported indictments coming from Robert Mueller. Please let it be Jared. Please let it be Jared. Please let it be Jared. But a lot has happened this week before that, including Trump addressing America's opioid crisis, which claims 140 lives every day. Or, as one newscaster put it...
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mason, and by the time this broadcast is over, 3 people will be dead.
Holy shit! The only thing creepier than that is if he specifically names who those people are. 3 people will be dead. Jason Kohler of Waltham, Massachusetts, Diane Forant of Spokane, Washington, and you. Now, combating America's opioid crisis was one of Trump's central campaign promises, but I have to say, a lot of his solutions were underwhelming, including one of the key announcements on Thursday.
It's really, really easy not to take them, and I think that's going to end up being our most important thing. Really tough, really big, really great advertising, so we get to people before they start.
So an ad campaign. I mean, sure, it is important not to start abusing opioids, but that doesn't really help the people who are already struggling with addiction. It's kind of like seeing someone neck deep in quicksand and then putting up a "don't do quicksand" sign. Also, the whole ad blitz strategy has famously been tried and failed before with Nancy Reagan's Just Say No campaign, and yet it still seems to be Trump's preferred approach, going by what happened at one of his rallies last year.
Don't take drugs, okay? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I promise Donald J. Trump. I promise Donald J. Trump. That I will never take drugs. I will never take drugs. I don't want to say no alcohol, but take it easy on the alcohol.
What are you doing? Why are you walking back the pledge as you go? He would be a terrible wedding officiant. Do you take this woman? I don't want to say forsaking all others. There are going to be others, but take it easy on the others and don't let them call you at home. Now, still, you've got to say, it is good that the president is calling attention to the opioid crisis. The problem is, attention is pretty much all he's giving it, because he didn't put out a detailed strategy, and his splashiest step, declaring it a public health emergency, doesn't actually do very much.
It will streamline some access to addiction treatment, but provides few new resources. Financing comes from the Public Health Emergency Fund, which has a balance of just over $56,000. The federal government estimates the crisis costs $75 billion annually.
It's true. Trump has finally chimed in with his 2 cents about how to tackle this crisis, and it involves allotting for the 2.6 million Americans addicted to opioids literally about 2 cents each. So Trump's fix for our opioids epidemic essentially boils down to, here's 2 pennies, go throw them in a fucking mall fountain and wish your addiction away. But for now, let's turn to Alabama. The South's the South. On December 12th, they are holding a special election for the Senate seat left open by current Attorney General Jeff Sessions, a position that I assume he will be leaving any day now for his regular holiday job. Now, this special election has gotten a lot of buzz because the Republican candidate and frontrunner is former Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Roy Moore, and he is a lot.
He's called American Indians reds and Asian Americans yellows. He's called Islam a false religion. He's said homosexual activity should be illegal. He reportedly said in February that the 9/11 attacks might have been punishment for America's turning away from God. And on Monday, he caused a stir by waving a gun.
I believe in the Second Amendment.
During a campaign rally.